Okay, hello and welcome back to Clanfolk as we come into the latter half of autumn, and just like it is any time of the year in Scotland, it is currently raining. But no matter, I'm sure we'll be able to get through the night, get through in towards winter. Things definitely progressing on quite nicely here. We've got plenty of supplies. Let's just double check our peat stockpile. Plenty of peat. So we've got lots and lots of peat. We've got lots and lots of roofs. We just need to finish up what we're doing. Finish up our tasks. Our task list is dropping. I do like to say that it's dropping, but it is dropping. So, you know what? At the end of the day, we can't complain too much about that. Is that some mushrooms that are growing on those stumps? Fantastic. That's even more that we can use. Good, good, good. Our little female dog or deerhound over here is pregnant. We're going to have puppies coming at some point. That'll be really nice. Lots and lots and lots of job seekers and traders. As far as the job seekers go, I think we're going to be asking both of them to leave. We have no requirement for them to stay, but we've got a couple of traders coming in, so we'll see what they want. So first of all, we have Elspeth. What do you have? You do have a puppy. We don't really need that. We don't really need the stones either. We could get ourselves some onions or some heather. Not particularly a requirement, it must be said. As far as things that we could sell some of our clothing. We do have an awful lot of clothing, but I think we're okay. We have got plenty of coins. We could sell that additional chick that we just got. And you know what, for the sake of 18 coins, let's just do it. We'll get them to leave. Hopefully we don't run into any issues with our chick supply. Ah, perfect. We did actually manage to get this chopped up. So we managed to get a couple of old sheaths. Now, fingers crossed we can actually get some oat grain. That would be very, very nice. Yes, let's tell somebody to get to work on that. Now, James, what do you have for us? Bunch of neeps, some berries. We could get some dry berries. We've got plenty of peat, so we don't really need any of that. And other than that, you will purchase some of our pigs. We could sell a piglet, actually. One of our male piglets. We're doing okay for food at the moment. Yeah, if we sell one of them, he doesn't have the money for anything else. Yeah, we'll do that. Got a bunch of wool stuff here. We don't really have anything in the inventory for those. And I think this number of hens is probably fine. Yeah, we'll just get you to leave with that. Unfortunately, I was a bit more excited when I saw the numbers of people coming. What we will do is we'll hunt that fox. I don't want that fox hanging around my chickens. Certainly don't want him to become a member of the hen house gang. But we'll just have to see how things go. Other than that, things going okay. We managed to eventually get our oat sheaths. That's good. Hopefully somebody will come over here and start working on the thresher. When we get a wee second, we can use some of our seeds as well. We've got a flour pallet, we've got a jug pallet. How many of this? We've got straw piles over here. They don't actually technically need to be indoors, but it's nice to just kind of have them there. We've got our bowl stand too, covered with bowls. And actually it seems like majority of our bowls are actually being used to store berries, which, you know what, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, but we should certainly build some more, or bake some more clay bowls when we get a second. Other than that, we still got some tiles to work on, but we've managed to finish up the majority of this. We do need to finish up the wattle fence, but we should be able to do that pretty easily. Got plenty of clay being made. Perfect, and plenty of charcoal as well. Good stuff, good stuff. Everybody keep on keeping on. Yeah, overall things looking pretty well. We're going to have to expand somewhere. I was thinking about building up just a little hut over here. That'd be quite nice. Good place to put some more fishing stuff as well. That has got potential. Otherwise, building some more huts over here down between these lakes is also a possibility as well. And to be fair, might even be a nicer kind of fishing area. Really just depends kind of how we're expanding out. We could also put another little bit over here. This big nice open field kind of area here. Good place for putting up some stuff. Problem with this map is that we don't have that much for large farmland. Obviously we've got our little garden here, but we don't have anything for like very, very, very large farming. But we'll just have to deal with that. Some more hay over here. We could extract that, or we could just leave it. Let's actually say, hey, pick up some of these mushrooms. Gotta get the mushrooms as much as we can. And the best thing about the mushrooms is, oh boy, will they... And we'll make sure we get 100% harvest on as well, because that was too small to actually get anything of it. But no matter, it does mean that we'll be able to get some more dried mushrooms. absolutely perfect in terms of days of food. We could definitely take on some more people if we want to, some guests. Probably just do that every single day over winter, make sure we keep our money up. Now, as it comes over here, I'm actually considering if we just maybe make this just a dirt floor. For now, we don't really care. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I mean, if it gets muddy and such in here, we don't actually care. This is the barn. We don't really need this floored. All we really need is just for the animals to, you know, have somewhere to stay, and this at least gives us a little bit of a speed boost. So yeah, let's just do it all there. Can't actually remember what happens. I'm pretty sure floors under walls is absolutely fine, and if not, then we'll just cancel that order. It's been a while since I... yeah, so that all that does, it just means that we have less of this kind of glitch here that happens, where it doesn't quite match up. It works okay with these kind of bits over here. You don't need to have the tiles as they were. Plus you get this nice little kind of like beading that kind of happens. You can expand them underneath here, but there doesn't seem to be much of a reason. Ah, cool, we have a traveller. William, he's coming in. I think we will let him stay. I think we're doing quite well in terms of what we need everybody to have. We've got plenty of beds, you know, we've got plenty of working toilets as well. Probably actually the most toilets I've ever made for quite some time in this game. Yeah, there we go. We'll rent you a bed. You can just hang about. We probably actually want to make sure as well that we have a couple more. We've got 3 flutes, which is probably fine. We probably want more bagpipes just so we can have, and maybe even another harp. We could even just do like a little, well, we don't need this critter door anymore. Let's just break that down, and you know what, we'll replace that with an instrument storage, instrument rack. You just put that there. Would look nicer kind of like up against the wall, but meh, beggars can't be choosers. Unfortunately. Now, we don't seem to have any dough, so let's just say, make some dough, please. You guys get a second. That'll be good. We can use that. We can make some bread. And we'll feel quite nice about that. Fingers crossed as well that this guy, he should give us pretty decent pay. He hasn't got a private room, of course, but he does have a pretty nice room. He's well fed, he's got a comfy bed, and that does improve his mood, and as his mood goes up, satisfaction goes up as well. So fingers crossed he should be alright, as long as he doesn't get disturbed too much. Not only that, having a little check of our various rooms. So this one here, this peat stove doesn't seem to be quite enough to heat the entirety of it. Likewise in here, this fireplace doesn't seem to be quite enough. How's our queen doing? She's doing alright. Going about, just killing a couple of things. You, however, you are a vixen. You need to be gotten rid of. So, gotten rid of we shall. Fortunately, it's not gotten too cold. It's about 3 degrees Celsius, so it's not too cold at the moment, but it does concern me a little bit that these peat stoves don't, and the fireplace don't quite heat all this up. We might have to put in another stove when we get a second. I've got a couple more things being rained on. I wonder if we maybe expand the thatch roof out over here, given that it'll cover up this kind of storage area. Also stop people getting rained on. Yeah, things looking pretty nice. That the wood roof also looking a bit nicer than the thatch roof. We'll try and replace that when we get a second, but let's worry about it later on. Finally, we've got some bread. Perfect. So, you know what? Let's just say, hey, make as much bread as we want. Does mean that we've probably used up a whole bunch of those oat grains, but people are still working on that as well. And how are we looking? So we got William leaving. He's going to pay us a little bit. That's good. McLean's like us a little bit better as well. Let's have a little look at our various reputation. Anybody at level 1 yet? No, still not level 1 star. Bit of a shame, but we will continue to work on that. What can we get here? So we could buy an adult rooster. Not really seeing the need for that. I would really like to buy a bull if I could. Let's sell a couple of our peat bricks just to keep the money coming in. Good stuff. Anything we want to get here? We've got a bunch of kale in inventory, so we don't need to worry about that. We've got a bunch of eggs that... Or we don't have any eggs just now. We could buy some eggs. They are pretty cheap. Yeah, it's literally 1 for 1. Just ask you to go. Margaret, what you got? You got a bunch of onions. You know what? We will buy those onions. Too early to kind of like do anything with them in terms of planting, but we can always maybe potentially make some vegetable soup out of that. You know what, say if people, we don't have, say, like 8 vegetable soup, try and make some vegetable soup if you can. Always pretty good, gives a lot of food, makes people move a bit faster, hopefully get some work done a little bit quicker as well. The task list is overall looking much nicer. The fact that it's only showing 300 rather than, what was it, 500 at one point? Yeah, that's definitely looking much better. And that is even with us going around, we're still adding in like roofing tasks. We've managed to finally finish up this garden here, looking great, I might say as well. We finished this wall here, we're finishing up this bit here. What is the main thing that we're currently looking at? It's mostly just hauling. It's mostly just hauling things about and getting things put away, which does make sense because we do have a lot of stuff that's just kind of out. Alright, let's try and neaten up the place a little bit as best we can. And now, in order to do that, we're probably going to put a bunch of gong places here, just near that fertilizer bit, just to get some more stuff there. And now that we've finished up the vegetable soup, we can now make hearty stew or fish stew. The fish stew is brain food, which means that you learn things a bit faster. The hearty stew just makes you much warmer. Very, very good for when you're in the middle of winter, if you want your people to work quite a lot. They're out. Now, as far as the thatch roof go, let's just expand it out just a little bit. I do also want to change this up so that we're not using this horrible straw stuff. We might as well change it up. Over here makes sense to use it, but over here we're not really using anything that's pouring out any kind of sparks and that, so thatch is completely fine. Yep, there we go. Not quite enough to cover up the entirety of this kiln, but I dislike the fact that a bunch of this stuff has gone off, so you know what, we'll deal with that. Hopefully with this gong as well we can get rid of some of this fertilizer that's really starting to pile up. This is the one thing about having this many animals is, yeah, there's a lot of poops going on. How are you guys doing? You're marching away to go and chomp away at whatever you can find. Fortunately we do have our dogs to keep an eye on things. We should probably have a little consider of culling the herd a little bit as well. I keep kind of putting it off just because I want them to grow a little bit more, but yeah, we do need to think about that. You are nearly old, so once you've had that, we'll have you. And you go, what are you doing? Ah, you've got some milk. At least we're getting some milking done. That's good. You can always make some butter. And butter is very, very good. This is like Project Zomboid. It doesn't give you quite as much food as Project Zomboid, where you just eat a thing of butter and that's you. But still very, very, very nice. Could get some roasted neeps as well. We do have, you know what, let's just get a couple. Might as well make sure that we're using the most of our food. Now, we do need to, do we need to actually just build a storage shed somewhere rather than relying on these? We kind of almost do. Maybe is that going to be our thing? We could build an underground one. That's also an option potentially. Don't usually like doing that. Now, one thing that is a little bit concerning is we have actually gone through all of our peat stacks by all the building that we're doing. So, you know what, before things get too cold, let's go back out, we'll harvest up some peat. There we go. People can get to work on that. Good stuff. We've got plenty of iron as well. We're doing really, really well for the amount of iron that we have. So let's get another load of, let's get some more peat spades. We've got enough of these guys. We've got 2 milk buckets, which is great. We've got plenty of nails. Upgrading to planks. Everything overall looking pretty good. Just wish the trade. I really wish the trades would bring us a bull so we could get more cows. But as it is, Miss Moo, you know, she's happy. That's the main thing. She should be getting us plenty of milk. There we go. Another iron peat spade. So that should give us plenty of peat to dry. Has obviously increased our task list. Just as I was saying that we're doing really well for getting this down, it goes back up. Can be helped, just needs to be done. Make sure we get all the animals in. Perfect, there we go. And the best thing about them all living in here as well is so they should heat themselves. We'll have to keep a little eye on it. They might need their own little stove come the winter, but they shouldn't be too bad. They shouldn't be too bad at all in here. Nice 8 degrees. The one benefit they had obviously when they were in this room is they do give off heat themselves. It does make it a little bit easier to do things. Yeah, we definitely need to make sure we've got enough heat for the winter. We can't be going through a wind or a peatless winter rather than a winterless peat. So yes, we'll have to keep a little eye on that. Christian, how you doing? You're still juvenile, but you're very surely but slowly aging up. And when you are aged up, we'll probably get you and Hugh off together. Will be a little bit annoying missing out on our best miner, especially because it's like we can get so much nice stuff out of a lot of these areas here. We're going to find where we get that iron again. I think it was not over here. A little bit of lightning and also of thunder. Nice little storm to end the year on. Now, well, was it more over here? Ah, here we are. Perfect. I do want him to just mine as much of this iron out before we do get rid of him. Just because it's always nice to have lots and lots and lots and lots of iron. Not that we have to worry so much about mining it. We do obviously get it from the bogs, but that's a lot more labor intensive than it is to just mine it, at least in my mind. And there is a fire. There we go. That's the issue when you've got all this lovely growth, is there can be fires. But overall, people are okay now. It's here. How you doing? You're doing all right. You're actually you're still a baby, but I guess we've had you and Agnes here for quite some time. And we do have a trader as well. What do you have? Oh, you've got hay. Good. We do have a lot of hay. You do also have some oak sheaths. So we will get that. We will sell you a whole bunch of our fertilizer because we do not need this much. Give us a nice chunk of cash. Do we buy some broad beans? I think we do. And you know what? Let's buy some heather as well. We may as well. So poor guy's come here with all these goods and we've just said to him, hey, we're going to just give you as much fertilizer as you can carry. And he's like, you know what? I'm happy with that. Christy, what are you good at? Repairing. Yeah, we don't really need someone good at repairing. You can just go. Little bit of a shame, but you know, would have liked to have had somebody maybe a little bit more useful. I guess we could have used her as a cleaner, but we don't actually have that many cleaning tasks, which is good. It's mostly just hauling. I guess in that respect, we could have just had her full-time hauling, but it's alright. There's a nice little kind of area here, actually, in the end. That's quite a little kind of verdant kind of area. We'll probably try and grow some hay here. Obviously, just now isn't the season, but we'll just grow some hay or some grass and some hay out here, and the animals can hopefully just munch away at that when they get a second. We should have enough seeds as well, that we should be completely fine. Now, as it comes for our storage, we still need to do a lot more things to do with storing. We could probably actually even just expand that, but this is the issue that we've got, is that we don't really have any paths, certainly on this side of the house. Oh, Queen died of old age. No, not our Queen. We didn't have any kittens. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame. Oh well, can't be helped. We'll just have to try and see if we can get another queen at some point. Just means that we don't have any kittens. Meanwhile though, we will have puppies, so at the end of the day, isn't that worth it? Oh, good job, doggies. Look at them go. Just going around securing the flock. Making sure that none of these bad animals are getting towards us. Especially these guys. Look at him. You know what these beavers are up to. But no, we've been quite fortunate. There hasn't really been any more kind of attacks. The dogs are doing a really good job of keeping away any kind of like bad or horrible things. It's our rat. Yeah, that's our tomcat. I was thinking, oh, is that maybe another queen? We could maybe try and naturally tame one, but probably easiest just to try and get one off a trader. You, how you doing? You're fishing away. Good stuff, good stuff. Love to see it. This area here is looking a little bit fished out, it must be said, but should recover over winter, hopefully. And other than that, we're just gonna make sure that we're getting all of this peat out. Good stuff, good stuff. Even might be a wee bit cold for a little bit because we don't really have any dry peat, but we're getting the stuff that we can together. That's the main thing. I guess that was the reason why I had this wooden roofs, because it would last a little bit or go a little bit further. But you know what, we could always just build up and carry on over here. Could build a storage bit over here, actually. That is a good shout. Let's build a gravel path down like this. We could just build just a little kind of area here. How many logs do we have? We have plenty of logs. We'll just build out logs. There we go. Let's get ourselves another little project going. We don't need to worry about how it looks, so we can just give it a nice straw door there. We can say, hey, give it a dirt path. We really don't mind about anything. What we need to do is we need to just store things in it. Now, what do we want to store in here? I mean, we could get textile, but really it's clothes. We've got so many clothes that are just lying about the place that maybe we want to just build some clothing baskets. I mean, we could build some more wardrobes, I suppose, but even something just like this is just quite nice and cheap. Now, what else? Yeah, we could, I mean, 50 nails. It's just the 50 nails cost us so much in comparison to some branches and some straws. Definitely much more palatable. Now, as for the grain, let us also make sure that we've got more grain storage. I think this one might even be full. No, it's not even slightly used, but the hope is that it will be used. Do we have any stone storage? If not, let's just get some there. Could get some more hide storages as well. Do we want to try and think? I was thinking about maybe putting out a serving table somewhere as well, just because they do have a little bit more attractiveness. Now, when it comes to our people, who out of all of the clans are we nearly up? McLaren, McLaren. We've actually managed to get up to level 1. Fantastic. That means they're actually going to sell us seeds straight up. Even better. Really, really like that. So right now, McLean. Anybody from McLean out of you guys? Yeah, McLaren. McLean, Hugh. Gonna rent you a bed. Everybody else gonna get you go, and we're just doing this purely just to try and get our reputation up with the clans, so we can unlock a couple more things that we can buy. We're kind of producing most stuff that we need at the moment, which is good. But it's always nice to have more stuff coming in through the traders. We're fairly rich. We're doing all right, certainly. Nothing that we really have to worry about for that. We don't have any problem with food. You know, it's autumn 8. We're doing fantastically well. But yeah, if we can get this kind of area up here, we can give it a little roof. We'll just give it another thatch roof. I know I was kind of worried a little bit about the peat, but given that we have a full peat stack now, I don't think we have to worry about peat anymore. I don't think we have to worry about it. Now, this stuff here is obviously not going to dry, but at least it's close by in comparison to the stuff that's up here. That's the main thing. Yeah, per Queenie. Okay, so what do we need to do about the fact that our queen has died? That's the question. Gotta get a pet grave, or we could get a pet tomb. But maybe for just now, we just get a little grave. Now, where do we put the graves is a question. Do we put it in between here? This is going to be an important thing, because it's obviously going to change. I kind of like here, between the bog and the kind of area. We could build like a little, probably like just like a stone fence. Yeah, just a dry stone fence, just like over here. Just like this in between. Yeah, like that. And then we'll probably just get like something like that. Build a nice gravel path, and then we can start building some graves in there. Yeah, I like that. Build a couple of pet graves. And then, so, I mean, not just now, but at some point, we will have to start thinking about people graves as well. Fortunately, not many people are actually that old. Arthur's still an adult, and I think he's the oldest out of everybody. He is in mourning over her wee Queenie, but I'll just say, hey, why don't we get ourselves a wee grave? Make sure that we get our... Oh, that's a bit of a typo there. Timoeter. But we'll make sure that we try and get her buried before she goes off. That would always be good. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that nice and fast, people. As soon as we can. Would be the best. Yeah, things going pretty well, pretty well. That task list has gone up quite a lot, but that's because, you know, we're building a whole new thing here. We're building a roof, we're building a bunch of other stuff. Putting down a path. That path was built very quickly, it must be said. That's good. I like to see things get built that quickly. Maybe we even want to just get rid of this thing here. I don't know. Let's try and concentrate on a couple of things at a time. What we will do is we will build out this gravel path here. We'll connect that up. There we go. Looking good. Maybe we'll go through the mountain here. Or maybe we'll just leave it. Now, as it happens, did we level up? We did not. Shame. Okay, Jane. McLaren. Are you any good at hauling? You are pretty good at hauling. So if I said to you, hey, you know what? We are going to hire you and all you're going to do is haul. And hopefully that'll improve things around you. Ah, perfect. Another queen. She is not old at all. We will buy her. We'll buy a bunch of other stuff. Tell you what, we'll give you sacks of poo for that little pussycat. Good stuff. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to get somebody else involved, and that is Lady Jane herself, and she is just going to haul. And that is all she's going to do. And that's all I want her to do, is just to haul. Perfect. Hopefully that'll get this task list down. It means that we're actually able to get through things a little bit quicker as well. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Got plenty to do still, but plenty of time to do it. I mean, to be fair, winter is nearly upon us, but it's not quite upon us yet. So we have time. Not only do we have time, but we have plenty of days of food. Even with this additional person, still got plenty of time to go. Maybe we will build up that little kind of second cabin over here. That would be quite nice. Now, as it comes to animals, this is far too many animals for us to keep over winter. This sow here is a senior. We will wait for her to give birth, but for a lot of these pigs, these little piglets, we're going to just slaughter them. As for these hens here, one of you, yeah, you know what, slaughter you. Slaughter some of the oldest ones. Sheepies, how you doing? You are nearly old enough, and we could do with some more wool, to be quite honest. So I'm not too worried about that. Billy Goat, you're getting older, but these ones are still growing up. Yeah, slaughter, 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 get it done. Just start culling the herd a little bit, just so it's not quite as much. Will mean that we have plenty of raw meat as well, which is great. So let's make sure that we're getting as much of that as we can. We got plenty of smoked fish. I'll actually set that up so we get a little bit more if we can. Could make some hearty stew as well, if we really wanted to. Our meat rack's doing really well here. Now, as for our jug pallet, this is where we want our ice jugs. I wonder as well if we maybe just dirt path this up too. Probably just do that inside everywhere. Here I am saying, oh, I don't, no, maybe not in there. For the storages, it's okay to kind of dirt path everything. I don't really care about what people think about it. For this area here, people are going to be spending time in here. I guess that is kind of true of here as well, because we've got the workshops in it. Yeah, okay. Cancel that job. These bits are just pure storage. We don't care about what happens to anything in here, so you know what? We can have these as dirt floors. In here, we kind of do, so we do actually want it to look a little bit nicer. Now, what could we do for that? We could just do... could do some bricks. They do look nice. Wood doesn't look quite as nice, which I never quite got. Wood has only got a 5 environment bonus, but it costs you nails. Like, that's... 2 planks I'm not so worried about, but it's the 1 nail. That adds up, especially when you've got larger rooms. Especially compared to something like bricks or tiles. Far easier to get clay, especially once you have your clay put up, than it is to get anything else. But, you know, maybe that's just me. Let's actually add in some gravel path through here. Yep. Just so things look a little bit nicer. Not necessarily required, but certainly makes things look nicer. And we'll even just connect up this area here. There we go. Things kind of come together a wee bit. One of the reasons why I kind of like not having this kind of connecting roof is because it looks less of a sprawl and it looks more like these different buildings. We'll probably, once we get the storage out, get rid of this overhang roof. I always think it just kind of makes it look a bit naff. Plus we'll have locations for like our blacksmith, say, and everything else that kind of spits out sparks or can't be done under the rain. Really going to go to show how sort of far we've gone in comparison to how things were before, in that we've got so many different buildings. We're actually able to get them up pretty quick as well. Think how long it took us to get up this initial building. It was pretty crazy. Ah, 2 new sheep. One of them is eventually going to be a ram. Wow, fantastic. Do we need any more sheep? I'm not sure we do. This one is too old. You are the weakest link. And goodbye. This one's actually almost too old as well. Do we maybe just cull off our old... Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Is that maybe a bit too much? I mean, they are still useful. That's the annoying thing. They are still useful as a senior because they still give us wool. Okay. Yeah, maybe not then. We queenie. There we go. You're liking our wee boy. So it seems. But you know what? Fair enough. Little Queenie doing what she wants. At least they have their little beds as well. They're quite happy. Now, as for over here, how are we doing over here? Yeah, we've got some oat grains, which is great. We've even got some flax seed as well. We're getting some hay seed. Hopefully we should have enough hay and enough seed to keep people going throughout time. We want to make sure as well that we're not storing any kind of things like this where we can. Now, this is going to be interesting because things are getting cold. How are people doing in terms of beds? Seem to be doing all right. Everybody is sleeping away except for Elspeth. But that's fine because they've got their bed, so we've definitely got enough beds for everybody, which is great. Yeah, just feed the baby. Don't worry about the fact that Jane's just having a little snooze there. A little bit weird. She even woke up while you're doing it, but never mind. Baby doesn't like the dark. Baby doesn't like the dark at the end of the day. Last day of autumn, and even now the snow is starting to fall, but it quickly turns back into rain. Have a keep a wee eye on it. What's over here? That looked like a fox. It's a hind here. Tell people just to not ignore that. Let's get rid of this fox. I don't like foxes. Out of all of the animals, wolves, easier to spot than foxes because they're bigger. Foxes, hard to spot, and they can get your chickens. I do not like it when they get your chickens. So if we can potentially stop that from happening, that'd be great. Especially you, sir. What are you doing over here? As far as this job seeker goes, you can just go. Ah, we got some new baby doggies as well. If we look, we've got a wee puppy. Another wee puppy. Oh, aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? Just what you want to see. New life being brought into this desolate land, which we're now maybe not quite calling our own, but we're certainly far more comfortable than we were before. Now, when it comes to buying things, I think definitely berries always nice. Other than that, you have nothing that we could potentially want, I'm afraid. Now, do we sell anything? I'm actually going to sell one of these iron axes. The reason being we have plenty of iron ingots, and we kind of want to make sure we have the money before winter. There we go. That's all I'm going to give you. And also, that should hopefully get our reputation up quite a bit. Ah, we're so close. We're so literally one away from leveling up Plane. Now, Hugh, you're a McNichol, so you're not useful. Jane is McLaren. Agnes has no clan, neither does Katir, so yeah, that's not going to work. Hopefully we get one more visitor, but we don't really have any beds for people to stay in anymore, so maybe we need to actually think about getting another one up. Yeah. See, I would have you... Oh, new baby. Some baby pigs. Very good. Yep, another male piglet. How's our boar doing? He's doing fine. We'll just slaughter this piglet. And this senior sow is not quite done with her pregnancy, so we'll just ignore her for now. Yep, piglet slaughtered. Good stuff. We won't think about the fact that these pigs are probably related in some ways. We'll just ignore that. Hopefully shouldn't impact how tasty they are. That should be the main issue. Alright, things going pretty well so far. Actually quite liking having Jane here. She is just running around the place. All she is doing is she's just hauling away and getting stuff done, which is great. It's exactly what we want. Probably do some more places to store jugs, actually. That's probably a good thing to get in storage. Let's get some more jug pallet storages. Put them there. When they're done as well, we can make sure as well they store everything, and it's not like this one that just stores the ice stuff. We maybe say, hey, we want to, if there's any full things of milk, do store them in here as well, because hopefully they'll keep things nice and cool. And the Tasselus, again, it's going down slowly. It is going down. Turn this off at emergency boost so people don't complain about things too much. But given that most of our stuff that we're worried about is there we go, here lies Queen. A little bit of heather on top. How's Arthur doing? I think he's gotten over it, which is good. Just working away. Now, what are we going to do in terms of our supplies? So we've got 100 bricks and we've got more than that in tiles. Maybe we just make some tile floors. Some basic tile floors, yeah. That'll look nice. And you know what? It doesn't need to cover up the space under the walls. Let's just do bog standard, just under the door. Over here as well. That should look good. That should look good. This wall's even made out of peat. Overall, looking pretty nice. Getting some flax stems together. How is our peat stack doing? Doing alright. Plenty of dry peat. That's good. Hopefully we'll keep things nice and dry and keep us warm for the winter. Probably out of everything, that's going to be our main concern, is going to be things like firewood, and actually keeping warm shouldn't be an issue. That's a very tentative shouldn't be, but something to keep in mind. Plenty of water jugs, which is great. That's exactly what we want. And fingers crossed they do actually start freezing as well. That'd be good. Yeah, here we go. We can see the quality of these is starting to go down. And that's because it's too cold. So these will eventually start turning into ice jugs, which we can then put inside our room here, just so we can try and keep things going. Now, do any of you guys give us what we're not? McLaren. Nickel. Yeah, we don't have the beds for anybody to stay just now anyway. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Not a problem. All the animals just chilling? Yep, seem to be. Good stuff. Just a kind of, I was going to say a nice kind of barn area, but it's certainly not too bad. Bit more straw maybe. The animals will be a bit happier. It's certainly getting a bit chilly now. People got their wool hats on. They've got their fur and that on. Yep, it's going to be very much needed. Things are getting colder. And in fact, if you say anything, that is the first snow coming down now. Very, very chilly. But with that, that is the start of winter. And hopefully we've done enough preparation to get through it quite alright. In fact, maybe we'll even thrive. Who knows? Yep, the fields covered in snow. Everybody off to bed. People seem to be mostly pretty happy, pretty warm. Maybe we'll actually try and do some decorative stuff with the old tartans as well. Would be nice to have some sort of like throws over the beds and that. But yeah. With that, I think that'll be this episode to a close as we rock on into winter. So, just want to say thank you very much to everybody for watching. Hopefully you're still enjoying Clanfolk, and hopefully you're enjoying all the other stuff on the channel as well. We're trying to keep things going over Christmas and New Year. Hopefully we managed to keep it up. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member of the Burger Band for additional early access to videos as soon as they're uploaded rather than when they're scheduled to come out, as well as some other additional benefits as well. Yep, there we go. Winter. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series, and every watch does mean a lot to us as well. And with that, just want to say again, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.